for a minute. I hope that you have, as Catholics, a good personal relationship with the Blessed Mother. Okay? Because a personal relationship with the Blessed Mother ultimately does not take away from our relationship with Jesus, but it enhances it. Because we know Jesus' mother through and through. And remember that she keeps everything that we give her, she brings to her son. I want to illustrate this one point, though. Every saint, especially every saint for the last 1,000 years, has had a deep devotion to Mary. And in fact, for some of them, the stronger their devotion to the Blessed Mother, the more pious or holy they were. And a lot of times it was through this intercession that this person grew in holiness. St. Maximilian Kolbe. The thing he's most remembered for is what he did in Auschwitz. That he gave himself in place of another who was to be executed. But his whole life was dedicated to spreading the good news of the Blessed Mother in Poland and throughout the world. Actually, he went and founded one of his groups in Japan so that they could print the Immaculata newsletter. St. Maximilian Kolbe is just one of these saints. But any saint that we have over the last 1,000 years, they have this strong devotion to Mary. Whether it be John Paul II or St. Maria Faustina Kowalska, any of these individuals, you're going to find a deep, deep devotion to Mary. And I think part of the reason is that the closer we are to Mary, the closer we are to Jesus. I don't know if you've read done the Total Consecration to Jesus through Mary by St. Louis de Montfort. But one of the things that he says in his book about Mary, called True Devotion to Mary, is that there are different ways to make a statue. And the Christian life is about becoming more and more like Christ. It's to be altered Christus. We're supposed to become more and more like Jesus. And there are different ways to make statues, right? You can make a statue by taking a big piece of marble and hammering away. And that's one way to make a statue. We see statues like that, very beautiful statues. But sometimes those statues take a very long time to do. And one of the problems with that way of doing it is that if you hit the hammer a little bit wrong, maybe you'll lose a nose or an ear. But St. Louis de Montfort said another way you can make a statue is you can have a mold. And the more perfect the mold, and the more malleable the substance, the better the statue you have made. And so he says that Mary is the perfect mold by which Jesus entered the world, by which God came to earth. And the more and more we pour ourselves into Mary, the Marian devotion, and to Jesus through Mary, right? The more and more perfect we will be that image of Christ. I think there's this fear and this temptation for us in our 21st century to think that if I give something to Mary, it's not going to Jesus. But that misunderstands who Mary is in her person. To read who she was in the Bible, to see how she has influenced the lives of believers, it's all about her son. It's all about her son. And she gives all of it to him, so we don't have to worry. St. Louis de Montfort said that we should do all things with Mary, in Mary, and through Mary, so that we do all things with Jesus, in Jesus, and through Jesus. Because it's in her that we can do those things most perfectly. Amen?
Amen.
Let's stand.